What is going on, guys? It's Bengal King here, coming back at you with another video today, doing another rebuild. This is the Houston Texans rebuild, and the Texans actually have some really good players. The roster as a whole is a little thin in my opinion, but they do have a bunch of really talented players. DeAndre Hopkins, who's certainly a top 5 receiver. J.J. Watt, who is certainly a top 5 defensive lineman, if not top 5 defensive player when he's healthy. Deshaun Watson is certainly trending towards being one of the better quarterbacks in the NFL. Still a little bit inconsistent, but probably going to receive a fair few amount of MVP votes, or at least was going to before like the last couple weeks haven't been so good. However, the rest of the lineup could use some improving, specifically the offensive line. Probably going to be in the market for a new running back. Receiving core other than DeAndre Hopkins is pretty good. Will Fuller is really fast. Hands are somewhat suspect, and then Kiki QT is actually not that bad. We might be in the position to draft a tight end, and really we'll focus on the secondary probably, because even though the Texans traded for Gary and Conley and they signed Bradley Roby, I still feel like their cornerbacks are in a situation where we could look to improve on that as a position. Let's go ahead and break down the roster, and then maybe we'll get a better idea of what we should or might want to do at least. Manscaped, they're the sponsor for today's video. I wouldn't work with them if I didn't think they were a great company. And I'll tell you what, they've got a new perfect package and a subscription plan that will save you 25% automatically. So it's $137 worth of products. That's actually $74.99 when you get that perfect package subscription plan. Comes with a number of great items. If you order with my code right now, which is Bengal20, you save yourself 20% more on that initial purchase. It also comes with the Manscaped travel bag, which is absolutely fantastic. You guys know I recently moved from New Jersey to Texas, and I use this to carry all my toiletries, not just every Manscaped product, but there are a number of great ones. The Lawnmower 2.0 is a razor with skin-safe technology. You're never going to cut yourself. I was a little bit scared, but I don't have to be because it's Manscaped. You're not going to cut yourself with the Lawnmower 2.0. Also comes with the Crop Cleanser, which is a hair and body wash, active pH control on that. Comes with the Ball Crop Preserver, which is ball deodorant. So you use deodorant under your arms. Why would you not use it on, an even grosser part of your body? Foot Duster, which is a foot deodorant. I know that feet can smell. That's a thing. And of course, how could you go without mentioning the Plow 2.0? And the Plow 2.0 is a newly improved plow, an upgrade over their previous plow, which how could you even do? It's already so safe. And this is what you're going to want to use on your very sensitive areas. But go ahead and use my code Bengal20, save yourself a lot of money, and make sure to get that subscription plan, because I know I'm super lazy. I forget to change blades all the time. And if you have a new blade coming to your door every 3 months, you're never going to have to forget, because it's just going to go, to your house or your apartment automatically. So this is a no-brainer. Make sure to use code Bengal20. Get that perfect package subscription plan. Save yourself a whole lot of money, a whole lot of time, and a whole lot of hassle. Don't cut yourself with these stupid razors. Use your head. When we take a look at this team, and of course this is a fantasy style rebuild, we already have rebuilt the Texans in a realistic manner a few months back, so if you'd like to check out that video, it is in the rebuild playlist along with every other rebuild. Every single team is in there at least once already, so if you want me to do a team or you're requesting a team, haven't seen it already, go check the rebuild playlist. You'll definitely find the team that you're looking for, I guarantee, and we're getting through, doing multiple teams again. So when you look on the offensive line, of course, they traded for Laremy Tunsil, very good player. However, aside from him, a lot of development needs to happen. Now, I told a funny Laremy Tunsil story in a Dolphins franchise episode a few episodes ago about how I ran into him in a Houston nightclub a couple weeks ago, and I'm like, Laremy Tunsil, and he just goes, nah. I'm like, okay. I'm like, all right then. I get it. I wasn't going to bother him, so I'm like, all right, enjoy your Saturday night or whatever. It was on their bye week, so, I mean, it was him. Max Sharping is in here. We got Nick Martin, Zach Fulton. Actually, I think it's Zach Fulton. Yeah, Zach, my bad. Titus Howard, of course, rookie. He has star development or better, which is very nice. So he'll probably be our franchise right tackle. Just got to develop him quite a bit. At tight end, it is not ideal. I mean, they have Darren Fells, Jordan Akins, Jordan Thomas, and I believe Kahali Waring's on this team too. A lot of potential for him out of San Diego State, but I just don't think he sees the field at all. Yeah, so I don't really know what type of playing time we're gonna get him, but I would rather play him over at least Jordan Akins, probably Jordan Thomas as well, just because he's younger and is a rookie. It means he should develop faster than some of these guys that are already in here. We talked about the offensive line already. We'll go back to the other screen and kind of do it in this way, the way we usually do. But again, I don't really know what's happening at tight end just yet. We're going to figure it out. Probably just going to end up drafting or signing one. On the defense side of the ball, I absolutely love Justin Reed, but I don't know, man. It's a little bit weird with injuries and whatnot because, like, I don't know what we should do with a player like Andre Hal that's good, and I'm not even seeing him in here, but it is very injury prone and is not going to really develop for us. But Justin Reed is a beast. However, Deshaun Gibson, Jaleel Adai, not our safeties of the future, despite having star development. Deshaun Gibson is 30 plus, or 29, going to be 30 plus. And then the linebacking core, like Whitney Merciless, I like, but he's 29 or 30, and he's just not going to develop. So he's probably a guy I'm going to trade this year. It's fantasy style, so we're kind of, like making the moves that we have to, Madden based, not so much realistic at all. But Zach Cunningham and Benardrick McKinney are guys that we definitely want to keep for the future. Going to be our middle linebacker pairing throughout. Barkevius Mingo is not good. And then on the defensive line, Charles Omena, who has played very good this year, has played very well. Of course, former Texas Longhorn. 5th round draft pick. It's been awesome for the Texans. DJ Reader at nose tackle is a solid player for us. And of course, JJ Watt. Don't really even need to talk about him too much. And then at cornerback, this is really a ragtag group. Jonathan Joseph is like 35 and has like a big peanut head in this. Like, look how small it looks. It doesn't fit with his body at all. It's so small compared to his body type. It looks so odd. I'm looking at his face right now in the lower left. I'm not sure if my face cam's covering it up. It's not. Like, it's a normal looking head. If anything, it looks kind of big compared to some of these other guys. Yet you pull up his picture here, and the thing is the size of an M&M. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Bradley Roby here. He's new to the team. Vernon Hargraves is very new to the team. He was just cut by the Bucs because of low hustle or effort, and he's on the team now. And then Garyon Conley is another guy that got traded to the Texans from the Raiders this season. They have Lonnie Johnson, who misspelled his own name on a test that led to him failing for like some transfer credit in college or whatever. So I think that's why he ended up going to Kentucky instead of, like, was it Ohio State or Florida State or something like that originally? I don't know. There's more to that story that I'm sure I'm missing. Yeah, he misspelled Lonnie. Apparently he added 3 N's, and then he says it's not true, but I don't know what to believe. But yeah, that's a lot of talk here. We didn't really even talk about the offense. Like, Deshaun Watson's good, obviously, for this 84 overall superstar dev. They brought in Kenny Stills. Kind of forgot about that a little bit. He's okay, but I don't know if we're going to keep him around for the future. Then Will Fuller, Kiki QT. Lamar Miller's got to go. Duke Johnson, probably not a running back in the future. But let's go ahead and make some trades. Big first trade for us as we are getting rid of some of our older players that are not going to develop. 28 is really the age where you start to see regression, and Lamar Miller and Jonathan Joseph, Whitney Merciless, all do not qualify for being guys that are going to progress for us. So I decided to go out and get some picks for trading for number 4 overall projected from the Bills and number 36 overall projected also from the Bills, obviously. So a first and a second. We'll have to see how good or bad the Bills are. I mean, they perform pretty good in simulation sometimes, so might not end up being a great pick. Even though J.J. Watt is 30 years old, he's also at 97 overall. There's not really a big need to go out and get him traded. Kenny Stills is someone that, like, I probably should trade just due to the other receivers in the room. Like, I'd rather have Will Fuller and then QT can develop. But, like, Kenny Stills, big cap hit, 27 years old, 84 overall. He's not good enough. If he was like an 87, I'd probably be cool to keep him, I guess. But, like, he's not. So, probably going to try and trade him. Also, I should note that I didn't realize Andre Hal had retired. I thought he was just sitting out the year. But he actually retired in April. So, yeah, he retired in April. So that's my bad. I don't know how I didn't hear about that. But, yeah, Andre Hal retired. Very sad. But he was a great player for a little while, too. Very underrated. We're making this trade, Kenny Stills and Bradley Roby for a first and a second from the Vikings. We talked about Kenny Stills, and Bradley Roby's in kind of the same boat, where he's not that high of an overall, only 78, 27 years old, big cap hit, just not someone that I want. I'd rather kind of deconstruct this team a little bit so that we can be better in the long term. So that's what I'm going to do. Deshaun Gibson has to be traded as well. And a guy that I was thinking about trading was who? I just had it. I can't remember now. Probably Carlos Hyde. Carlos Hyde makes some sense to get rid of. I'd like to get players, but in the first year, at least for me, a lot of players are really difficult to trade for, so I'd rather just get picks and then have the flexibility during the draft to trade for players if we want to do that. So, and I love drafting anyway, so it's not really too big of an issue. Trading to Deshaun Gibson, Barkevius Mingo, and Carlos Hyde for a first this year and a second next year from the Bengals. Again, we haven't even dropped that much in overall, to be fair, but just trying to get rid of some of our older players for draft capital, and I think that was the right thing to do. Darren Fells is another guy we might be able to move, but this is what the team looks like so far. I don't think we're going to be ultra competitive. Oh, Zach Fulton was a guy that I wanted to trade. And yeah, of course, if you didn't hear what I said about Andre Howe, I know people skip through this all the time, and they say, whoa, blah, 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 you made a mistake, or how'd you get this player? Because they don't watch the video. I made a mistake. Andre Howe retired. I didn't realize that happened, so shut up, please. Okay, boom, superstar trade happening here as we move Darren Fells, a first and a first for Odell Beckham Jr., number 3 and number 4 overall projected. Now, I would like to get those back, ideally, because I think those are going to be pretty high picks. So I might not be done working with the Cleveland Browns, but the addition of Odell Beckham Jr. is quite a big one. Now we have 2 unbelievably talented receivers, both with superstar X Factor. This might be my first time using Odell in a rebuild, not on the Browns. And I rebuilt the Browns at the start of the year. That's another team I'll be getting to probably fairly soon, if not maybe even the next rebuild that comes out. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and trade for Odell. And as I say, I want those picks back. So I'm going to see if I can manage, because they had interest in Jaleel Adai for some reason, and they had interest in Zach Fulton. And if I can just cheese them for those picks back, I'm so in. I don't care. I have no dignity. Jaleel Adai, Zach Fulton, and a 4th for that number 3 overall pick we traded for Odell. So that's always fun. And some people have been requesting this. They're like, I want you to like get aggressive and build God squads. So if you're into that, this might be the episode for you. If you're not into it, I do apologize. There's a realistic one you can watch on the channel if you're more interested in that. Brennan Scarlett, I don't like that cap hit. I'd rather trade him. And there we go. Brennan Scarlett, Dylan Cole, and a 5th gets me number 4 overall projected from the Browns. I forget whose pick that was. I think it was the Bills. And that might not end up being as good as I think it is. But yeah, I mean, the team is certainly a lot different now. We've traded away a lot of what I would call dead weight, which I'm actually super happy with. So we go from Zach Fulton down to Senio Kilamete, which that's not that bad. We got Darren Fells down to probably Kahali Waring, so which is fine. We have Odell Beckham Jr. now. We have a good, core of receivers. Still, I would like to improve running back and offensive line, obviously. And then defensively, we lost Whitney Merciless, and Duke Ejiofor has to start now, along with Jacob Martin, I want to say, who actually isn't even that bad. He was traded for in the Jadeveon Clowney trade, I believe, to the Seahawks. So that's a thing. But anything else to report here? Obviously, cornerback looks a little bit different as Jonathan Joseph and Bradley Roby are gone. And then Mike Adams, who is super old, is going to play some snaps at safety. And I just want Lonnie Johnson to play more, so he's going to start there. Charles Omenu, DJ Reader, JJ Watt. This is going to be the team for Season 1. I don't think we're going to be ultra successful, as I guess I'd rather have Jacob Martin rushing than Duke Ejiofor, just because we'll see what we have with him if he can develop a lot. But that is how things are going to look. I don't anticipate being super successful Season 1. We're just going to simulate to the midseason mark and kind of reassess where we are. Just tied the Raiders 28-28 in Week 8. We are 2-5-1. Titans are 7-1. Titans are always really, really weird. I really want to try out their playbook. And I feel like I feel like their playbook might be dependent on a mobile quarterback, and that's exactly what we have in Deshaun Watson. So I am all for a move to try at the Tennessee playbook, which is always very, very good, as I do want to extend DJ Reader. Anybody else? Probably not. Brian Engers is not a high enough overall. Kami Fairbairn, not a high enough overall. Mike Adams is 1 foot in the grave at 38 years old. And DJ Reader will probably get a 5-year contract worth $42 million, and he accepts. So big addition to our team, or big re-signing, I should say. And I will see you guys for the playoffs, which I highly doubt we make. Also, I'm going to spend Coach XP on O-line because I see that we can afford it. So we did not make the playoffs. We finished 5-9-2. The Titans fell off drastically, going 9-6-1. The Colts actually won the division. And, yeah, I don't know. Are the Texans' playbooks really bad? Our offense was terrible. And our defense was also terrible. Oh, okay. At least we know. At least we know both are bad. Deshaun Watson, not a terrible year. A little bit too turnover prone. Duke Johnson was terrible. Tywan Jones had 8 touchdowns somehow. Receiving, DeAndre Hopkins had a great year. Almost 100 catches, 1,200-plus yards, 9 TDs. Will Fuller was solid as well, as was Odell, despite not getting in the end zone really at all. And then defensively, Benardrick McKinney had a ton of tackles. 9 for loss, 17 for loss for J.J. Watt and Charles Omenihu. Watt also had 12 sacks, interceptions, 3 for Gary and Conley. Eric Berry also had 2. Did the CPU sign Eric Berry without my knowledge or consent? Apparently, as I didn't have anyone at strong safety. I know Lonnie Johnson was there in the depth chart, but even though he was there in the depth chart, he was not there as a position, as Mitch Trubisky finishes number 2 for MVP of the 12-4 Bears as a 72 overall. Bears offense is another one that I feel like is amazing in Sim sometimes. AFC Offensive Player of the Year goes to Jacoby Brissett. Deshaun Watson, number 6. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Jack. J.J. Watt at number 9. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Josh Jacobs. Kahali Waring at number 6. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Quinnen Williams. Charles Omenihu with 17 tackles for loss finishes at number 2. Lonnie Johnson at number 9. Titans won the Super Bowl over the Bears, 40-18. They smashed them. Okay. Frank Gore retires. Eric Berry, I'm not going to bring back. It's just, there's no point. Andrew Luck is here in free agency. That's so stupid. Get him out of the game, please. Please. Like, it's so annoying. He's retired. Get him out. I hate that he's here. And they're not making any changes, and no one's going after Chris Jones. How can I not? How can I not offer on Chris Jones if nobody wants him? I'll just bring down the salary quite a bit and then try to get him for a steal. Austin Hooper's here. The Bills are like barely offering him anything, which means I will offer him something. And I'll take it down a bit so maybe we get him for a fraction of the price as well. Antonio Brown's here, another guy. Like, this one's better than Andrew Luck. I don't mind this one. It's whatever to see him. But Andrew Luck annoys me to see him in here. Okay, so we did bring in Chris Jones and Austin Hooper. Joe Tooney rejected. But we got the 2 biggest free agents that I wanted. And they are positions of need. Austin Hooper is a significant upgrade at tight end, for sure, as Duke Johnson regresses a little bit. And then defensively, Chris Jones is a huge addition to our defensive line, and actually could help us transition into a 4-3 if we wanted to. J.J. Watt could very easily play on the edge. It's not an issue. Now, Charles Omenihu is less of a great fit on the edge, 6'5", 280. Doesn't have tremendous speed at 75, but it's not terrible, I guess. Would be a weird fit. And then Jones and Reader on the inside. But I think what's more than likely going to happen is Charles Omenihu is going to go to backup defensive tackle and come in as a rotational guy and come in goal line and be a good player in that situation. And Chris Jones is going to go to right end, and we'll just have a really, really good 3-4 setup. NFL draft time. We have a lot of picks, which means we could do a lot of damage. We have number 8 as our first one. A little bit lower than I wanted, but we also have number 18, number 21, number 26. The top guy's a tight end, and he looks terrible. The top prospect in the entire class is a blocking tight end. Why? Why? We're just in such a weird spot in the draft that I'm going to miss out on all the players I want, probably. I guarantee it. As there goes a good left tackle. And we don't need a tackle, really. There goes an 80 overall cornerback. Wanted him, but we were just in no position to take him. And there's another cornerback I would like, who I think is going to go right now to the Raiders. He's a 77 overall. As I said, number 8 in the draft was just a really, really odd spot that it was going to lead to us just missing out on the players that I wanted. And I wanted those 2 cornerbacks. There was just no shot. This tight end looks really, really good. But also, we don't really need a tight end because we just signed Austin Hooper. So what I'm going to do here at number 8 is just trade down. And see, why would I do this? Why would I move back from 8 to 31 for only a 7th? Like, that's so stupid that that's even an offer. Trading a first round this year and a third round this year for a 1 and a 2 next year from the Steelers. I couldn't really trade for anyone that I wanted to, so I'm just going to push it back a year and get the pick, and we'll see what we can do with it next year. As we get 18, 21, and what, 26, I think? Yeah. I mean, we could take a center, but I mean, I don't think he's going to be all that good. I don't know. It's just not a great draft class for our positioning, I would say. Trading number 18 overall for a first round and a 4th round next year from the Vikings. Just another case of, like, there's no point to drafting someone who I don't want to draft. That's pretty much where I am. I'm fine to take the center now just because it is a position of need if he's still on the board. He's not, but, like, again, I didn't really think too highly of him. My top guy's a receiver, and I don't think he's... I mean, he looks pretty good. It's just like it's not a huge need for us, but might as well. He is a 76 overall, star or better development, number 7 in the class. We took him at number 21. I mean, like, he's good, just not a great route runner, spectacular catches low, but other than that, like, he's quite good, especially good with the ball in his hands. Good, like, elusiveness, spin move, juke move, just very high. So it'll be interesting to see how we get him into the team, but he's going to play over Kiki QT, of course, but where else? That's just a case of going best player available, even though we don't particularly need him. We'll go to safety here. Nathan Bennett. I tried to say we'll go with, and it just did not come out. But Nathan Bennett out of Washington State. Welcome to the team. A little bit slow for a safety, but he is also a 76 overall. Normal, or star or better development, I should say. I don't know why I said normal. Number 8 in the class. We took him at number 26. Decent speed, nice tackling, great acceleration. Block shed's a little low. He has high awareness. I don't know. He's like, I know he's a 76 overall. What stat does he even have that's above 76? Like, look at injury, stamina, toughness. Okay, that's fine. But his awareness is +2 to 76. His pursuit's +1. And then he has acceleration and speed. That's a very, very, very raw prospect. Taking offensive guard here, James Peters out of Texas. 75 overall. Number 15 in the class, which means that this is a very stacked draft, or very deep draft class at least. If he's a 75 at number 15, we were getting 76s inside the top 10. Took him at number 40. Star or better development is awesome. Great pass blocking. Less great of a run blocker, but still, I mean, a decent player nonetheless. That is probably the best pick of the draft for us so far, like, despite overall. Go with a defensive tackle here. Howard Colbert out of Iowa. Just good depth for the position. 6'7", 317, 71 overall. He's all right, well balanced, high strength, number 29 in the class. We took him at number 50. Could be a lot worse. Go with a backup quarterback here, Kevin Novak out of Notre Dame. Welcome to the team, 69 overall, nice. And he has star or better development. Ranked at number 39 in the class. We took him at 53. Again, like, not particularly good. Looks like a backup because he has low throw power, but his accuracy is not too bad. He has decent speed. Maybe he'll be a valuable trade piece for us in the future. That's probably going to do it for the draft. I might just take, like, some random pick in the 6th round, but I don't know. Probably not. Jared Isaac. I want to look at this dude. Or Gerard. I don't know. It's spelled the same way as Davis for the Detroit Lions out of Florida. He's got very high man coverage and speed. Zone coverage is nice, however, not particularly high. That's my problem with a lot of the cornerbacks in this class is, like, there's never one that's, like, super well balanced. They can only do man or they can only do zone. What's his development trait? Just so we know what we're missing out on. Only star. He is an 80 overall, though, so it's not bad. Not a bad draft pick whatsoever. If you look at the rest of the class, really, really balanced. A lot of 77s, a lot of 76s. It's a really deep draft class. Was there any, like, stud? Oh, well, we got stud in the second round. Good right tackle in the second round. But overall, all pretty much at the top. This is the team for season number 2. I'm playing Ellison over Will Fuller. I know he's a significantly lower overall, 84 to 76, but on the idea that he could be superstar or higher development, I do want to play him more just to see this first year. So we're going to go for that because I think he has higher potential than Will Fuller due to his age. Bennett's going to start at free safety. Cornerbacks still need to improve. Both edge spots need to improve. But other than that, how do we not have a kickoff specialist? We have a kicker and a punter. Weird. This is the team. They'll figure it out. But yeah, I will see you guys at the midseason mark. I think we're going to be good. I mean, we have a lot of really talented players, so there's no real reason to expect anything less than that. We are 4-3 at the midseason mark. Colts are leading the division at 5-2. Deshaun Watson is an impending free agent. We also have a breakout player challenge for Duke Johnson, who is somehow still our starting running back, which continues to perplex me. He's going to get neither of those things that he needs. It just won't happen. So you can forget about that. But Deshaun Watson, someone that definitely needs to come back. He is the franchise quarterback, 24 years old, superstar development, 87 overall, Laramie Tunsil as well. Will Fuller is someone that probably should come back, but he's going to want a lot of money. And if the receiver underneath him that we drafted in the first round, which we don't know about his development trait yet, we are close though. I'm going to wait to extend Fuller to see what his development trait is. I really am. We're going to upgrade the team though after extending these players. And Bennett only has star. That's a little bit disappointing. But maybe we have something. And Peters only a star. But maybe we have something with Ellison. Or even Nowak, who's not playing very much. He can't. He's a backup quarterback. He's probably only in holding snaps and whatnot. But yeah, Deshaun Watson definitely going to get extended. So I'll probably wait another week to get that rookie receiver some more snaps. See what his development trait is, and then make a decision on Will Fuller. So we brought back Zach Cunningham and Deshaun Watson. Laramie Tunsil wants more salary. You know what? Maybe say you are Laramie Tunsil next time I come up to you at a club, all right? All right, he's only got star development, which means that we'll probably... I don't know. Do we need to, though? Because we have Kiki QT. Fuller's going to want probably like upwards of $8 million per year. And I just don't think there's a big reason to give him that type of money. Now, he's a really good player in here, right? His cap hit's going to be upwards of $9 million for the first year. This would be a $60 million contract over 5 years for Will Fuller. He was a good player. I think we're going to have to let it go. I think we're going to have to pass on him and keep developing what we have. Tunsil resigns, though. Conley, someone I don't want to make a decision on right now, neither with Vernon Hargraves. They're not that good. Shane Ray, no way. Jose. Ooh, we made the playoffs. First round bye. 12-4. We were not off to a great start, but really turned it around. I mean, we lost to the Steelers week 1. We lost back-to-back Packers, Colts in week 5 and 6. And then, aside from a 3-point loss to the Browns, we won out. So that is a great second half of the season. And I'm overjoyed with that result. First round bye is huge. Deshaun Watson had a pretty similar year to last year, it looks like. 10th best offense, 6th best defense, at least in terms of yards. Watson, yeah, again, very similar numbers. Rushing, Duke Johnson was slightly better. Watson had 8 rushing touchdowns, which is quite high, obviously. Receiving, DeAndre Hopkins had fewer catches, but a great year as a whole, 9 TDs. Odell had +6 touchdowns on last season. James Ellison was good. And Will Fuller didn't catch a ball the entire season. We only threw the ball to 3. We're using tight ends a lot. Only threw the ball to 3 receivers. Only 3 receivers had catches. That's so interesting. But blocking, it's always weird, but that looks pretty good. Benardrick McKinney, 102 tackles. We have 17 for loss for J.J. Watt, also at 11 sacks. 10.5 for Chris Jones, 7 for Duke Ejiofor. Gary and Connolly had 3 interceptions, 4 fumbles. Looks like only 3 for the entire team. No, it was 4. And then any defensive touchdowns, I would doubt it. Yeah, none. But definitely great production as Deshaun Watson wins MVP. That is extremely encouraging to see, as that might be the first time I've had someone win MVP in a rebuild. It just never happens. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Deshaun Watson. Defensive Player of the Year, C.J. Mosley. J.J. Watt at number 10. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Reed Lambert. Our receiver finishes at number 3. Our, I believe, kicker. No, backup QB, excuse me, at number 6. We had a rookie kicker, though. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to the free safety, Nathan Bennett. Okay. There we go. So we did really, really well in terms of getting awards this year. And we're not going to jump in to the playoffs in year 1. We're just going to simulate, or year 2, I guess this is now, but first year in the playoffs. So we're going to upgrade. We're going to simulate. We're going to see what this team is and see how capable we are of making a playoff run as we have to go through the Colts. And we do win by a touchdown to face the Jets here in the AFC Championship to move on to the Super Bowl. Now, the Jets made back-to-back AFC Championships in the late 2000s, and they lost just like they did in real life. As here the Texans are in the Super Bowl Tampa Bay at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida, or Tampa, Florida, I should say. As I lived there for like a year and a half, fun fact. But yeah, I mean, like, Ellison's already up to an 82, Fuller 85. There's no reason to extend him. I've made up my mind. Peters is up to an 82. I'm not sure how much morale is playing a factor in here, as Watson's playing up to a 96. Morale is obviously giving him a +3 boost, but he got a lot of XP for MVP and Offensive Player of the Year. And then defensively, really no development trait upgrades. That sucks. Bennett's up to an 83. Probably getting morale as well. But yeah, this is a really, really solid team. We will jump into the Super Bowl just because it's the Super Bowl and see what type of damage we can do against the, I don't remember what team it was. I should, because it was, what, a few seconds ago? No clue. The Rams. Wouldn't have even guessed them. Did I notice it? I must have just missed it. I don't think I said it even out loud. I didn't even read the Rams ever. But it is the Rams nonetheless. We'll see if we can win a Super Bowl here in year number 2. Down by 7 here. Oh, we tied it up before half. But the Rams go back ahead by a field goal. It's the third quarter now. Offense, pick up the pace. We go up by 4. We go up by even more. It's a touchdown. It's a one-score game. It's a tie game now, 24-24. Do we jump in with 2.5 minutes to play? I think we do. We're going to wait for the 2-minute warning and try and have this as the final drive. But 3rd and 4, we need a conversion. Here we go, and they're going to move up a safety to blitz. So we're going to look for Hooper or maybe Ellison really quickly. Watson's really fast behind the line. I've never experienced that, but that might be his superstar escape artist ability. That's a big first down, and an easy one at that. Deshaun Watson is so fast behind the line. I must just want to try and move that again. He's unbelievably fast. I feel like I can just swerve and score touchdowns. How do I get escape artist? I need it. These mobile quarterbacks are so fun to play with. I'm just running trail shake. And then we'll look for Ellison again. He looks like a light-skinned Voldemort. I don't know if we have any Harry Potter fans, but I'll just take the touchdown. Austin Hooper, as we go ahead by a TD here late in the 4th quarter. Just a minute away from being Super Bowl champions for the first time in franchise history. That's mine. What? How is that not easy read? That was a user pick all day. They just made me drop it. Oh, Lonnie Johnson lays out, makes the catch. Unbelievable pick, and we're going to be Super Bowl champions. All right, that is the Super Bowl. The Texans are victorious as we have knocked off the Sean McVay-led Rams. They look really bad in real life, by the way. Really bad. It's almost like Jared Goff isn't good, and teams are starting to figure out what Sean McVay wants to do offensively. I'm not sure if y'all have ever seen like clips of what happens when the Rams play. It isn't Jared Goff like reading the defense, going through adjustments. It's just him sitting there dead-faced as Sean McVay tells him the defense and what he should do to beat it. He has no clue what he's doing out there. It is really something to watch. But big win for the Texans. Big Super Bowl here in year 2. We'll come back and try to do the same thing in year 3. Yeah, so Will Fuller, we're going to let walk. Gary and Conley, I mean, that's a really, really cheap deal. He's only an 82. I know 84 with morale, but like we can re-sign him very easily. That's certainly. He wants to play for a new team. What do you mean? Well, I can't franchise tag. I'm not going to pay him 16.5 mil to be Gary on Conley. We're just going to have to pass, I guess. Maybe target him in free agency. That's fine. Whatever. So we don't really have a ton of money. That Deshaun Watson contract really set us back financially. So we're not really going to be able to go out and sign anybody the way I might want to. But we can go to the draft and see if we can improve the team. Now, the positions we really need to improve, and this makes all much more sense now that we didn't sign Will Fuller. We just wouldn't have really had the money to do it with DeAndre Hopkins and Odell, but now we have Ellison. QT, we're not going to be able to re-sign, but that's okay. We need a new running back. The offensive line is developing. They're in a good spot now. And then defensively, we need 2 edge rushers. We need cornerback. And that's it. It's not that many things. So we pick at number 4 overall. Dolphins once again have the number 1 overall pick, as this looks like a sick quarterback at number 1. Really slow, but looks really good nonetheless. Another good quarterback out of Vanderbilt. Looks pretty good. A little bit faster, but look at all the first-round QBs, man. Even Maxwell LeBlanc in round 3. So Kevin Williams looks like a really good safety that would give us a lot of options, but I think it's less big of a need than a speed rusher. Now he's a little bit like small, 6'2", is like not great size for an edge rusher. Generally, there are some guys who've been effective near there. I also don't care because it's a video game and it doesn't really matter, but it is worth noting. He's fast, good 3-cone, good 20-yard shuttle. So he's got the agility, got the strength, got the top skills. We're going to take him. Darrell Dale at FAU, number 8 in the class. We'll take him at number 4. He has star or better development. 84 speed, 79 finesse moves, 81 strength. So he'll be good to start right away. I'd probably go Duke Ejiofor and Darrell Dale. I don't know why those are 2 huge tongue twisters for me, but yeah, that'll be a good combo for right now until we can get better. As the cornerback I wanted just got drafted 1 pick ahead when he's supposed to go mid-second round. That's sweet. I love that. That's Instead, I guess we'll go running back. Paul Hobson out of Connecticut. Should be a good receiving back combo in the backfield. He has good speed, excellent combine, decent top skills, and he's a receiving back. Generally, they're very, very highly rated, high overall, and he is 78 overall, number 2 in the class. We took him at 27, star or better development. Good speed, acceleration, agility. I mean, not a tremendous running back, but his secondary attributes are good, as he is good at catching the football and blocking and running routes. So he's a versatile running back that we could probably start over Duke Johnson if we wanted to. Not sure I'm going to opt to do that, but it certainly is an option. Next pick, we're going with a center. Stephen Tobias out of UCLA. Looks like he has tremendous top skills and a good combine for a center. So we have the versatility to slide him all over the offensive line, but probably will play center for us. He is a 77 overall, star or better development. Number 4 in the class. We took him at 32. Probably the highest overall center I've ever drafted, and he looks very, very good apart from low strength. So extremely great attributes. It's just strength that's bringing down his overall, and he's a 77, so it's not even bad. Another second-round pick. We'll take Derek Hambrick out of Wisconsin. Looks to be a pretty decent player, and he's a baller. Said he's not doing Roger Goodell's combine. Skipped it. Good top skills. I don't know where we're going to play him. It might end up being cornerback. I'm not sure. He's a 74 overall. Star or better development. Number 16 in the class. We took him at 38. He's got terrible man coverage, but good zone, good speed, good hit power, good pursuit. Block shed's low, but he has decent tackling. I don't know. That might make us move the free safety back to corner, or to cornerback, I should say, and then we can move like that player to free safety, or like Justin Reed back to free safety, and that guy can stay at strong safety. I don't know. It's good to have good players, as we're going to take a backup quarterback here. Maxwell LeBlanc out of Florida State. Looks to be a first-round guy. 72 overall, normal development, number 22 in the class. We took him at number 59, so good value for the pick. And I guess I'll probably trade down this next pick, hopefully for like a second round next year if that's on the table. And I will see you guys, which I don't think it's going to be. I will see you guys at the end of the draft. We're going to trade Nick Martin in a second for a first-round pick from the Broncos, though. And I love picks. It is an addiction. I apologize. I love to have picks. I love drafting. It's my favorite. All right, so I guess we had the joint highest overall player. The top guy was the quarterback who went number 1, and then we had also 78. We had joint highest rated, or second highest rated was 77, and Stephen Tobias, who was technically number 2. Here's a safety, Kevin Williams, that I considered taking, but I went for the edge rusher instead, who I believe was a 75 or 76. 75, Darrell Dale. So he's going to move back to outside linebacker. We did pretty well in the draft, though, as we usually do, which is very cool. Love when that happens. Love when things work out. So the team is definitely improving despite coming off a Super Bowl victory. We're going to move some positions around. I obviously could get away with trading Nick Martin because we have a center who's better with a higher development trait already and younger. So that was a no-brainer. Hobson's going to play over Duke Johnson because he's better. And then Nowak has Superstar X Factor. And he had that. Okay. He's got the Omaha ability as well, which is Peyton Manning's ability. Elite quarterbacks are molded by endless hours of film study. When they enter the zone, they have full vision of the secondary's defensive coverage before the snap. That seems very amazing. But, I don't... We have a Superstar X Factor backup quarterback. He's better than Deshaun Watson with development. It's insane. I guess we trade him and Duke Johnson for an edge rusher. Darrell Dale is going to play, or a corner. I need cornerback pretty bad. I got to move a bunch of positions around. I'm going to figure it out. I'll get back to you guys. Oh, Bennett's got high man coverage. I mean, he looks like more like a corner than a safety anyway. So Nathan Bennett's going to play cornerback. That is a perfect fit. So this is the team for season number 3. Don't know what I'm going to do with Nowak yet. Like, he's good, but we don't need him at all. So I think we're going to eventually package him off. We have Taco Charlton. How is Taco Charlton on the team? And no, that can't happen. We can't start him. But that's the offense. That's the defense. And I might, like, stop just before the trade deadline and then try to package off Nowak. So we'll see if that works out. I think it's interesting that our top need is apparently quarterback. When I look at quarterback and I see a few good options, I don't know why quarterback would be our top need. But Nowak might be on the move. And a good corner could be a good addition. So we are 4-2 when I stopped the simulation at week 8. J.J. Watt is an impending free agent. I'm sure actually we're going to have some pretty big contracts. Justin Reed, Duke Johnson can go. Kiki QT can go. Duke Ejiofor can go. Don't really need any of those guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look to trade them now while I still can. So J.J. Watt, absolutely re-signing him. I know he's regressing. I know he's a really expensive contract, but he's also J.J. Watt, and he wants more money. Or can you not want more money, J.J.? Can you please? Also, I think I just got a nightmare. That doesn't even look close to anything like Justin Reed. Jesus Christ, I'm not going to be able to sleep tonight. We are trading QT and Charlton for a first-round pick from the Bengals. Just don't need those players. Ejiofor we can hold on to. But when we check simulation and QT's not even playing, and we only are playing 3 receivers, if anything, we'd use a good backup tight end, more so than Kiki QT at wide receiver. So no issue with trading him. He's an expiring contract. We'll see if we make the playoffs. I expect and anticipate that we will. There's no reason to expect that we won't, as we just sneak in apparently 9-7. Still won the division, and by a lot. By a lot. We'll take a look at the stats here, as we had the 13th best offense in terms of yards in the NFL. Watson had more yards, fewer touchdowns. We didn't do well defensively in terms of yards allowed. I'm not really sure how we won 9 games. Duke Johnson still got most of the carries somehow, even though I had Hobson as the number 1 running back. I must have auto reordered the depth chart, and that changed, because that's really, really unfortunate, as DeAndre Hopkins had a great year. Or James Ellison. I thought it would be Odell. Odell, I don't know. He's not in the slot, which means he's not playing that much, apparently. Austin Hooper, I mean, that's a good year for a tight end, just not a whole lot of touchdowns. And then Hambrick, the rookie, had a bunch of tackles. He might have won Defensive Rookie of the Year with these numbers, because that's really, really well-rounded and really solid. 2 double-digit sack guys. Bernardrick McKinney from middle linebacker had 10 sacks. How does that even happen? Interceptions, 3 for Hambrook, 2 for McKinney. That is probably going to be in contention for Defensive Player of the Year, although I'm not sure if he had enough tackles. And at least 2 defensive touchdowns, Hambrook and Lonnie Johnson. Okay. Trubisky wins MVP. Andrew Luck's on the Giants. Okay. I mean, I'd love that in real life as a Giants fan, but this is not fantasy land. So that it's not going to happen. Watson at number 10. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Baker Mayfield. Watson at 2. Somehow. Defensive Player of the Year, Miles Jack. No. McKinney at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Connor Barbieri. Our running back at number 6 and didn't even play that much. That's such a missed opportunity. And then Defensive Rookie of the Year is Derek Hambrook. That was expected. Darrell Dale at number 3. All right. We'll just simulate here because we already won the Super Bowl, so it doesn't really matter too much. The Browns beat us 35-17. And that's going to be time for the offseason. Oh, yeah. J.J. Watt is someone we need to bring back. Ejiofor, I'm done with. Duke Johnson, obviously done with. I can't believe Hobson didn't play a ton. And he wants just more money in general. Pretty selfish of you, J.J. Watt. I'm not gonna lie. We re-sign you, but you're getting $22 million annually for the first, or at least the first year. I don't remember what the contract said as a whole, but that's a lot of money for your age and production at this point. Doesn't leave us with a whole lot of cap room. Jair Alexander is certainly someone we should bring in. Scheme fit, really good. Will we have the money for it? No. Which means we need to make the money for it. Who is getting cut? All right, so we ended up getting Jair Alexander. Now, we cut a lot of players to create the space in order to get Alexander, including like Colin Gillespie. I want to trade Nowak at some point. We're just so low on cap space, we had to go out and make a huge move, and Jair Alexander was that huge move, that huge splash pickup that I think is going to be so good for our defense. We have a good 3 cornerback setup. I just need an edge rusher. Our defensive line is awesome. Our LB core outside of left outside linebacker is great. Our safeties are great. Offensively, our offensive line, very, very good. Great tight end, great receivers. We are in such a good spot. Hobson has superstar development. I don't know if he got that or if we drafted him with that. And it looks like we drafted him with superstar dev, so I feel like it sucks even more now that he didn't play. As who knows where that could be right now. But we're going to simulate to the draft. I'm going to trade up for an edge rusher if one's available. This will likely be the final season, so let's try to go out with a bang. I don't know where our first pick is going to be. I would guess around the middle of the... number 6 overall. Okay. Thought it'd be like middle first round, but I need an edge rusher. Arthur Green out of Minnesota looks like he's pretty damn good. Might be the target. So Arthur Green went number 1 overall. Good thing is I would prefer a different edge rusher over him. Just hoping he doesn't go at number 2. There goes a tight end at number 2, 77 overall. I'm going to make a move probably with the Patriots just because I don't want there to be any chance of this guy getting away. And the Patriots might be a quarterback needy team. I don't really know what their situation is post Brady. They are. And so I pretty much have to trade Nowak here. I think this is the right move. He's a superstar X-Factor player. But I think it makes sense. So we're going to trade him and then probably a pick in order to move up. So Nowak at number 6 overall moves us up to number 3. Kind of a lot of value to move up, but it doesn't really particularly matter at this point. He's a backup quarterback. We have a good backup quarterback already. I'm going to take Demarius Ingram out of Syracuse. Good top skills. I think he might end up being a little bit better in terms of ability than Arthur Green, who went number 1 overall. So welcome Demarius Ingram to the team. Might not be as high of an overall. He's the same overall. Number 5 in the class. We took him at number 3. Also 77 overall. Decent power moves, considering he's a finesse move player. Good speed, good strength, good acceleration. Should be a very, very good addition to our linebacking core. We're going to play him at left outside linebacker. So I almost would like to take this running back, Justin Means, out of Notre Dame, just because I think he looks so good. But we already have a superstar development, second-year running back. Doesn't make sense to do that. So I'm going to go probably towards cornerback and take Kareem Winter out of BYU. Welcome to the Houston Texans. Number 9 in the class. Took him at number 9, 75 overall. Only normal development. Not much of a man guy, but good speed, zone coverage, good press. Not a bad depth pickup for the team. If the running back's still there at number 22, I'll take him. I don't think he will be. But I suppose it's not out of the question. And he is. Justin Means, welcome to the team. He is a 77 overall, normal development, ranked at number 4 in the class. Should be a good backup running back for us. We're going to take a defensive tackle here. Stanley Tracy out of Oklahoma. Welcome to the Texans. Number 10 in the draft. We take him at number 54. Not too bad. Good strength, good block shed. Good goal line defensive lineman. And I might take one more pick. It'll be probably a backup quarterback. I know we already have one, but it looks like he's the best player in the class that's available. Benjamin Mosley out of Northwestern. 70 overall, normal dev. Number 32 in the class. We took him at 68. Cannon. Accuracy's not terrible. The number 1 overall player in the class was a right tackle, 79 overall, and there were a lot of 77s, only normal dev. He's 6'8", giant, but look at all these 77 overalls. So, I mean, Ingram is as good or better than Arthur Green. What's Arthur Green's development? Unknown. I'm going to just check it out, just so we know. It's not. It would have been really tough to get him anyway, as he went at number 1 overall, or number 2. I think it was number 1. He has Superstar X Factor, so that's pretty amazing. And that likely means that our player, defensive end we drafted, does not have Superstar X Factor. But you can't have only Superstar X Factor all the time. And in my case, you can pretty much have it never. So that's always fun. So this will be the team for what will likely be the final season. And it is a very good team. Great receiving core. DeMarcus Lodge. We didn't even talk about him. Great receiver at Ole Miss. Very underrated player. Think that with opportunity, he could be a very good NFL player at some point, but we'll see if he ends up getting that opportunity. And then defensively, of course, we have the rookie Ingram, and then some rookie with star or better development out of Georgia that's only a 59 overall, but will play significant snaps, it seems, as a backup. Good cornerback group. Winter, it will be behind Lonnie Johnson. We got good safeties. Everything about this team is quite solid. Good defensive line. I think the offense certainly is the strength, though. We'll have to see how they perform. We're going to simulate now to the midseason mark. Just check in on the team, upgrade them, and then simulate to the playoffs. Not going to do any re-signings. This is the final season. So let's be successful, please. We are 5-2, but the Colts keeping up great pace at 6-1, as it looks like they might even be outplaying us. We will take a look at the team. We should have a fair few amount of skill points. I'd love to see the development traits, as I don't know if we drafted anyone offensively, but moment of truth, show me something good defensively. Oh my goodness, he has Superstar X Factor, which I thought was like, it feels like anything I say, the exact opposite happens. And of course, we drafted him with Superstar X Factor. His ability is a fearmonger, which is some pass rushers intimidate quarterbacks with their sheer presence. When they enter the zone, they can apply significant pressure on quarterbacks even while engaged with blockers. Really, really good player, and I'm comfortable taking him now. I feel like, oh no, we missed out on a Superstar X Factor player at a position that we needed, but it seems like he's a beast anyway. Same overall, same development trait, same position, pretty much. I mean, edge rusher, and his ability now is secure tackler, which I feel like everybody gets. It's the least exciting Superstar X Factor upgrade to get ever, and we'll spend Coach XP. I think running back might be available, or training boost. No, quarterback or tight end. We'll go, I mean, I don't know, why not? Deshaun Watson, he's already, like, good enough, so it doesn't really matter. But it will be playoff time. I have full confidence in making the playoffs, and maybe even winning the division. Ooh, first round bye, I'll take it. 12-4, the Colts fell off so bad. 8-8 from, what, 5-1, 6-1 start? We had the 24th best offense in terms of yards in the NFL. Maybe that's because our defense was amazing. It wasn't even. I'm so confused about how our team performed so well. Well, we were 7th in points scored, so I guess it was just field positioning type thing, and we were 3rd in points allowed. So even though we allowed kind of a lot of yards, we didn't allow any points, and we scored a lot of points. Deshaun Watson with a great year, fewer yards, but way more touchdowns, and then rushing. This was not a good playbook for running backs, clearly, but the running backs, they did all right. They did all right. Not too bad. Receiving, should be a lot of yards and TDs in here. No one even over 900 yards, but receivers played very, very well for the most part. Defensively, Zach Cunningham with a very good season. Tackles for loss, 17 for J.J. Watt. I don't think anyone in double-digit sacks. 9.5 for the rookie Demarius Ingram. Could be enough for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Interceptions, 3 for Jair Alexander. Kind of forgot that we brought him in. That was a huge signing for us that I think has really propelled us into being a fantastic team and probably Super Bowl contenders this year. You have to assume so, as Andrew Luck and the 8-8 Giants wins MVP. Deshaun Watson at 5. AFC Offensive Player of the Year is Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun Watson at 2. Defensive Player of the Year, Myles Garrett. We have Zach Cunningham at 7. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Sean Bigby. Justin Means, backup running back at number 2. Corey Griggs, whoever that is, at number 6. Defensive Rookie of the Year is Demarius Ingram. Kareem Winter, the cornerback, at number 4. And Ali Gathers had a number, was that 8, 9, something like that? Not really a numbers guy. We are 93 overall, 95 offense, 91 defense. This is the upgraded team for the playoffs. They are looking large and in charge and ready to barge in and take a Super Bowl. Number 2 of the video. That would be ideal. We have the Jets in the divisional. I'm not going to jump in. Hopefully we beat them. We beat them in the conference championship last time. Beat them by a touchdown and a field goal this time, as we will hop in to Super Sim against the Bills. They are an 84 overall. I'm like, 94? No, I can't read is what that was. Told you I wasn't a numbers guy very recently, like probably seconds ago as you watch this, which I guess anything technically happened seconds ago. It was just could be a lot of seconds, so it's like, why wouldn't you say more? I'm not sure. I'm big rambling right now. But let's go ahead and beat the Bills in the AFC Championship for a shot to win the Super Bowl. So we were shutting them out for a while. It was 12-0, but defense has really stepped up after they scored. But, I mean, the Bills could still technically come back. They're not going to, though. We're going to beat them. 26-21 is your final, as Deshaun Watson threw for 257 and 3 touchdowns. Josh Allen just didn't have it today. But we will be moving on to the Super Bowl. Second time of the video. Hopefully second time winning the Super Bowl. Let's get it done. All right, we got the 49ers. They went 9-6-1. This is our upgraded team. Just want to see if anyone got a development trait increase. And nobody on offense. And defensively, trying to see here. Something looks different, but I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's just because Ingram is like just getting random skill points for some reason. I guess he finally won Defensive Rookie of the Year. I guess it goes in Super Bowl week. So we're going to upgrade him to Speed Rusher. He's going to go up to an 86 overall, and he is just an absolute beast. So we're ready for the Super Bowl. We built an incredible team, and I am excited to see what they can do here. I mean, an 86 overall Superstar X Factor rookie is pretty awesome. 49ers are an 87, so this certainly will not be easy. We'll see if we can do it, though. Close game here as we come up to the end of the first half. 49ers up 17-6. We really need to get on the board again, and that is a good way to do that. It's the fourth quarter. Might be time to jump in as we are on the 12-yard line. It's a little early. We'll let this play out and see what we can do, and we score big time, 21-17 now, but the 49ers are driving, and we are not stopping them at all, and they go ahead 24-21. Is it time to jump in? One final drive, huge play there. 14 yards. It looked a lot bigger. We're going to jump in, see if we can win it. Super Bowl. Where are we, by the way? This almost looks like it would be like Levi Stadium in Santa Clara. We're going to get off a snap before the 2-minute warning. And what am I doing? Throwing to Ellison. I don't know why I decided to take a shot in that instance. Actually, it's a dome, so it's definitely not Santa Clara. Probably Georgia? So is it the Mercedes-Benz Dome now? Could be. All right, 3rd and 11. I just really want to use that escape artist with Deshaun Watson because I feel like it's an easy way to pick up first downs. But when DeAndre Hopkins is DeAndre Hopkins, you throw DeAndre Hopkins the ball, and he drops it. DeAndre Hopkins drops the ball. Are you kidding me? We had it, man. That's DeAndre Hopkins. Not some random, how do you drop the football there? Oh my goodness, now we have like Nick Bosa running after us like a crazed dog. He's actually not in pass coverage. We have so much space. I'm just going to take it with Watson, and we're going to slide. Could have gotten out of bounds there, but I want some time to tick off the clock so the 49ers don't have a chance to answer. Hobson's a good receiving back up the middle. Could be the target, but we have escape artist with Deshaun Watson. This is so overpowered. Like you can just do that all day. It's easy yardage. 20 seconds to play. Might actually throw the ball here, but my good receivers are off the field. We're going to roll out with Watson, and he's just going to be probably a little bit too fast. Yeah. D Ford can't do anything about it. Watson scores a TD. All we need to do is kick the extra point, and the 49ers' chances are virtually none. This will be the final play of the game. we'll put some pressure on Jimmy G and just hope the DBs can come in strong as he has so much time. That's not where you want to go with the football. Even if he caught it, it would have been game over. And it is game over. The Houston Texans have managed to secure another Super Bowl, the second in 3 or 4 years. So this was a very fun rebuild to do. Always nice to win the Super Bowl. And when you can win it twice, it's twice as nice. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I will see you in the next one. Take it easy.